welcome back to the 70/30 podcast. I know you guys have been missing us. Sorry about that, it's been a minute. So today we're going to talk a little bit about growth, maybe. You want to talk about growth today, Daniel?
Yeah, growth.
Where are we at today? Today we just signed our 23rd member of the sales team. Starting to really take flight. It took a minute. You know, a lot of people didn't want to believe in 70/30, thought it was a scam, thought it couldn't be done. Man, I get it, but it is definitely being done. Getting ready to open a Northside office, and this is Jacob. Jacob will be our Northside sales manager.
Hey, my name's Jacob. I've been here probably about a month and a half. It was funny, he was talking about how many guys they're bringing on, and I think I was one of, the first 5 that really got into it, really got moving and grooving, and it's been straight ahead ever since. When I first came down, it was funny. I felt like I was interviewing them for probably 3 or 4 times. I made the trip down, and they're good people. They're good guys. Him and Ben are great. Rest of the team got a little powwow done last week. Got to meet all my coworkers and everything like that. And like Jeremy was saying, we're starting to branch up on the north side. So if you live up in Buford, you ain't got to drive all the way down to Jackson. Make it a little more convenient. Make it a little more driving friendly, and gonna be able to kill it up there too.
Man, you guys are going to love Jacob. He's got all of his stuff together, all his software, all his AccuLinks, all the good stuff that come with running a store.
Mm-hmm. Sales Rabbit, all that.
Yeah, I've been really excited, not just to get all that stuff up and running, but with Jeremy and Top Pitch's commitment to just make those leaps, make those bounds with limited. Yeah, so we're getting all that stuff set up. AccuLinks we're rolling out now. Sales Rabbit should be coming in the next couple weeks. Canvassing platforms, ways to track weather nationwide. So if you want to chase a storm,
we'll chase a storm. You need some support? You need some storm support? We're here. We're going to go with you. We got a coach ready to go. And let me tell you something about it. So last week was our first good meeting with all the guys. I mean, it was kind of crazy. We get all these guys in one room, and you start figuring out how much talent we got. It's crazy. For a lot of my life, I feel like I've been getting just lucky, and then I get
right there with you.
You get surrounded by all these guys, and there was so much talent. I couldn't even figure out how we were blessed enough to get so many people in one room with Top Pitch shirts and hats on.
Man, it was crazy because that was supposed to be an hour and a half meeting, and I mean I was here until 6 that night. We went and grabbed lunch, just kind of used it as a big think tank. Everybody kind of got to throw around their different pitches, how they go about re-inspects, repairability videos, everything. So we kind of had probably 20, 23 people in the initial meeting, and then people started to kind of filter out. But I would probably say 3-4 hours later, we still had 15 guys here.
It's crazy too, man, the community that you guys are building. Like, I know you're always watching, but even the stuff you couldn't see, like behind closed doors when the guys were just in that gym talking, I learned so much. I got so much good stuff just from hearing those guys talk. I saw the talent in the room, and I'm not even from a management perspective or anything, man. You got some good stuff going.
CJ, it's funny. So when we started putting all this together, you know, some of the really major players out there, you know, and I got some guidance from Tyler in the beginning, and Tyler was like, man, or Jacob also, 2 major players, and don't have nothing but respect for them guys. And they're like, Jeremy, it's all about the culture. It's all about the culture. But I got 3 guys. How do you generate culture? So we just work on it as we go. And it wasn't till I seen all those guys in one room that had been working and grinding it out and going at it that you start seeing the culture come. It was crazy. It was like a family of sales guys. Everybody wants to help everybody to succeed. And you know, you always got those 1 or 2 guys that just want to come, make money, and leave. Don't really care about the culture. But everybody there had something to contribute to it. Everybody there had something to give to how can we make Top Pitch better? How can we make this team better? It's crazy. Since we've been on the 70/30 journey, I remember seeing guys when I come into this. I had one guy that just stood out in the back of my head, and I couldn't get him to come help me back then. I couldn't get him to come work with us. His name's Dennis. And it's funny, so when we got all this going, I get a phone call, and it's Dennis's phone call. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? He said, you couldn't stay out of it, huh? He said, you're back in it. I said, yeah, how's it been? He's like, man, it's been good, man. He's like, but kind of slow point. He said, we're ready to go back at it. He said, I think I'm gonna come see you. Come seen us, checked out everything, met a couple of the guys, seen the supplement team, seen how it worked. And was just like, man, I'm in, let's go. And it was crazy at that point. I'm like, man, things are changing so fast. And then I started seeing, for the longest time, all you hear is from guys that, man, 70-30, they don't believe it. They don't think you can make it. They don't think you can do it. But now you see some steam behind you. You see some guys with you, some people behind you and around you, giving you their ideas on how to make it happen, what we need to do, what kind of technology do we need to bring in to make it easier on these guys. And then you start seeing, man, we're really going to be able to change lives. We're really going to be able to do some stuff for this industry to make it better. And that was the goal from the beginning, but it was hard because nobody believed in it. And the people that knew it could work bashed it. Oh, you can't do it. This guy's a fraud. There's no way he's going to go bankrupt. You can't support that kind of momentum. But guys, guess what? It's happening. And we got some other people that believe in it now too. So I see industry change coming up real soon. It's already happening here. And you guys that are still curious about it, yeah, come on down and talk. It's not going to hurt anything to talk.
It's funny, Jeremy, you mentioned changing lives and things like that. And man, that's all this has been. The roofing industry has really changed my life in a grander way because, I'm young. I don't have kids. I don't have a big family or anything yet, but my cost of living is relatively low. And it's more money than I've ever made in my life. I made more money in the last probably 3 months than I had in any professional working career that I had done over the course of a year. And while that's great and I'm able to just stockpile money, it's the first time in my life that I've been able to reach out to my mom, someone that's given me so much and so much freedom throughout the course of my life. And I've been able to say, hey, if you need something, I'm not worried about it. I'm not stressing about money anymore. I have enough. I could pay my rent for the next 4 years and not think about it. And that's a large part to not only just this industry, but what Jeremy and them have been able to do over here. And I think the big part of 70-30 is when people say they don't believe in it, it's because they worry a lot about what you're going to have to do for that. Because for most companies, they'll run you till you're dry and then try to squeeze a little more out of you before they drop all the help and all the support. And when I first came down here, I got to meet the supplement team. I got to talk to the guys that make everything run behind the scenes. And they really are. They give you so much more support than what I've been given throughout my career so far. And all I'm worried about day in, day out is knocking doors, following up with homeowners, selling stuff. I'm not worried about going back and forth, trying to write my own scopes, trying to order my own materials, trying to negotiate back and forth on supplementals because they have everybody in place that already does that for them. And I think that's really the difference for me is I'm getting paid more to not necessarily do less, but to focus more and more on what I'm actually good at. Because I was never hired on as a project manager. I don't order materials. I don't do supplementals, but in previous roles I had to. What I'm good at is I'm talking to people. My mom will tell you I'll talk to a brick wall if it would talk back. And that's what they've given me the opportunity. Yeah, he has to sit in my car constantly, so he knows.
Bro won't shut up.
But it's given me the freedom to really focus on what I'm good at. And through them, I've been able to find that I'm good at training people. I'm good at putting people in the right position to make them more successful and make myself more successful. And I don't think that's something I would have ever gotten the chance to know prior to coming here. And I think there's enough to be said about the money and what you can make and how it can change your life. But I think there's a lot more to be said about the people you'll be surrounded with. Just in that meeting the past couple of days, I've talked to some guys that I hadn't gotten a chance to talk to previously, and after 5 minutes, they're like, you need me to come do a reinspection with you? You want me to come do a repairability video? When's your next adjuster report? Let's get on a roof together. I've been an adjuster for 10 years. I know the business inside and out, and I can show you where you can improve what you're doing already really good. And that's after 5 minutes. So I couldn't imagine what happens in 6 months from now. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Yeah, man, he's taking a real chance on us, man. He's really He's really bringing us in, and you can see the growth. Like, you can see how fast they not just want to go places, but how fast they are going places. The opening of the North Branch, all the opportunity and leads that are coming in, like, you can see that they just want to expand and not stay where they are and milk as much money out of whatever they're doing as they can. So just the fact that they're building such a community of killers, like, they're building a real group of guys that really just want to get out and kill it. You're not having to worry about guys stepping over your turf or stepping over your territory. You're not worrying about the petty little nonsense. You're just getting out, knocking doors, getting sales done. So this is a community that you want to be a part of. This is a help network that you really want to grow with. Like I said, man, you can see the grow and you can see the grow potential. They're going to be in multiple states in the next couple of years, dude. They're going up super fast. So even just from that one meeting I saw on Monday, like, I can't tell you how much that filled me up and how much that inspired me just to get out and keep hitting it, keep getting it.
Well, that was really your first time getting a chance to meet everybody, right? You had met Ben previously,
Right.
but I think that was you guys' first interaction together and getting to talk to some of the other sales guys. And I mean, none of them had ever met you before, and they were still chopping shop with you in the gym, going back and forth, talking to you like you were someone that they had known their entire lives, and man, just helping you. Like, you were able to throw them, like, get them to look at ads and go, what do you think of that? From your perspective, if you saw that, what would it do for you? And be able to just have that time in that community and everybody being together. I mean, that's got to be helpful, especially in your position. I mean, you're pretty new over here, and just getting to feel that warm and fuzziness. And it's funny because I'll tell you a little bit about CJ. He thinks kind of all of us are slimy sales guys.
That's not true.
No, I've heard it too many times in the car.
It's not true, bro.
But after we left that meeting that first time, he goes, man, a lot of those guys I didn't get that feeling from. And that meant something to me because when I first came over here, me and CJ worked together probably about a year now. And when I first came over, he was like, man, I don't know. It seems like it's a little too good to be true. And I was like, you just got to meet Jeremy. You got to meet Jeremy. You got to meet Ben. You got to meet Ben. Once you meet them, you understand it. And it was getting him into that front door. I think we left that first day, and he was like, oh, I'm all in.
Right.
I mean, he spent maybe 8 hours with the guy. We went and got lunch together. We were able to just chop shop, and it was, I mean, all uphill from there. So if you have any hesitation, man, we'll take meetings. We'll come in, just get a chance to talk.
I'm telling you, man, if you don't think 70-30 is real, look Jeremy in the eye. Look Jeremy in the eyes and see what he tells you. After you have that meeting, that sit down with Jeremy, your opinion is going to be changed. I promise. I promise.
Hey, you know what? When we first did this, it was all about the 70-30, and it was all about making a change in the roofing industry to better the salesman. And I got so caught up on that. It wasn't the culture part I wasn't really focused on. When you're good people, you don't have to focus on the culture. The culture is just there. I'm not putting in swimming pools and pool tables and all that stuff for us. Man, I want to hear about your day. I want to hear what you're doing with your time. How's your investment going? How are things going with you guys? What is it going to take to get you guys to the next level? That's a little bit of the culture here. It's funny. It used to be, this is not where you come to make $1,000. This is not where you come to make $2,000 a week. This is where you come to generate your wealth to go places in life that you want to go. And if you decide you want to be here, you want to help me grow, you want to go into a different market, you want a piece of it, you want a piece of that market, you want your market. We promote from within. And it's just went so much farther than just that 70-30, which 70-30 is a humongous deal. I'm pretty sure there's some of those private equity guys that don't like the 70-30 right now because it takes out of their pocket, but it's not about them. It's not about me owning it. It's about these guys that are putting it together, making it turn, which is the sales reps, which is you guys. Well, Jacob, I don't know if I can call you a sales rep no more, bro.
I'll still be out there knocking. That's what I tell you, come to my branch, don't let me outsell you, because if I sit behind a desk 5 days a week and then I beat you on the weekends.
God, that's awful.
I'll let you know about it.
It's not awful. Everybody's not built for 5 or 6 roofs a week. But you know that north side stuff's a little bit different, man. All you need is 2 of those guys.
Yeah.
Get out in Alpharetta, 100 squares, 110 squares, gutters, gutter guards across the board, window screens, interior paint. They want their chimneys redone. I mean,
I know you north side guys know about that. I know that's why you guys are up there. Oof, big numbers.
that's why a majority of the roofing companies are up there.
It didn't take long for Jacob to convince me to go north. Oh,
You know that north side is coming for you. That north side is coming for you. Watch out.
I plan on outperforming your main branch.
Oh yeah.
I like it. I like it. I'll just move up there with y'all.
Yeah, we'll see. You got to go through Jacob still.
That's cool. I'll be the janitor. Everybody can clean up there. As long as it's 70-30. I'll sweep floors. I'm not past it.
I think that right there is more important than anything. Is I think I learned pretty young from my dad that it's important to have somebody who's willing to get in the trenches with you. And my father, he worked for the department, or the State Department, and or not the State Department, Recreation Department, whoever like maintains the parks in the state. And he would get down in the ditch with someone whose only responsibility was a shovel. And I think that's why I respect Jeremy so much, because he reminds me of that attitude. And I'm sure if I asked him, hey man, are you free Saturday? Come knock the door with me for an hour, hour and a half. You mind sitting with me on a contract signing? He's been there, he's done it. That's where he started this. That's what opening the roofing part up again was, going back to the roots.
Just as long as you know that whatever happens out there on that Saturday stays out there. I don't know if I'm a climber as I used to. I don't know if I can climb like that no more. I'll tell you I can. I think I can.
Well, let's we'll get you brown pants.
You know, I got made fun of because I got this big gym over here and I don't use it. Said if I don't use my gym, how could I treat these sales guys right? That's some crazy shit I ever heard.
Right.
I can't even remember that dude's name. Big baller though, Ferrari guy. But I would like to say I got a GTR that would smoke that Ferrari. At any given time, I'm taking all digs. Please holler at your boy.
I'll bet on it. Dude, I'll put money on it. That's
Sorry about that, D. I had to get that in there. All digs. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys giving us some of your time. If you're watching this video and you're not already on our team, you definitely got to be thinking about it. And it is definitely something to think about. I know you're tied up with where you're at. I know you like those guys. I get it. I like my guys. It's all family. But do you want to knock doors to your 50? Or do you want to get places quickly? This is that place. So if you guys ready to come in to interview me or interview any of the people with me, just a quick phone call. Just drop your name, your phone number in the Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is, Facebook, wherever you see it at, just drop your name and I promise you somebody's going to get to you fairly quick. So until next time, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for the help. And see, these guys, they don't even get paid for this shit. They just come help me. They just here.
part of the deal. No.
wait. We got to talk about that.
But yeah, we appreciate your time. Coming to a neighborhood near you soon. There you go.